Hello, everyone, and welcome to North Quincy High School at the Walter Cap Bryan Gymnasium, where tonight the North Quincy Raiders will play host to the Quincy Presidents in the first of two scheduled meetings here this season. My name is Jonathan Caleri, and thanks for tuning into this edition of QATV Sports. The Presidents come into this game with a record of 4-3, 1-3 in the Patriot League, and the Raiders 2-4, 1-3 in the league. We're going to pause real quick for the introduction of the starting lineups, and we'll turn it down to the PA announcer here at North Quincy High School.
Assume responsibility for your behavior, and the behavior goes around you. If you require assistance, please call upon school or security official. Thank you, and enjoy the game. And now, for the front lines of the ball team. First, let's visit Quincy Presidents. Number 2, Sean
All right, real quick, we'll run down the starting lineups. First, for the Presidents of Quincy High School, number 2, Sean Perry. Number 5, Jathan Panett. Number 10, Malcolm McMurrow. Number 11, Jan Medina. And number 30, Abra Bajak. For the Raiders, North Quincy High School, number 1, Austin Verity. Number 3, Eric DeLima. Number 5, Logan Lee. Number 11, Aiden Shen. And number 24, Giuseppe Tallarico. Being joined here by Jim Timmons down on courtside. And Jim, one of the big stories here for the Quincy Presidents this year is getting 3 big players back. Sean Conroy, Malcolm McMurrow, and Jan Medina, all hurt last year, but are back healthy and playing well for the Presidents right now.
Yeah, I personally am really excited to see Jan Medina. The last time I saw him play was in this gymnasium where he really took over a basketball game for an undermanned Quincy High team and kept the Presidents in the game. We've been talking about Malcolm McMorrow now for 3 years. He's a much, stronger guy. You can see that. The one issue with him his sophomore year was he didn't have much bulk on him, but he's made up for that over the last couple of years. Looks like he's in great shape, so it's going to be interesting to see that center matchup. So they're ready to square off here in the first crosstown game of the season.
And McMurrow also coming off playing football for the Presidents this year as well, so certainly first time he's played football, so we'll see how that affects him here this season. Hopefully get him a little bit more healthier and balanced. As you said, it bulked up a little bit as well for his senior year.
Presidents coming out in a man-to-man defense. Oh, nice penetration there.
And a big block there by the Presidents, by Bajak.
It's a nice little dribble penetration by DeLima. But as you said, a great block.
Over in the corner now to Aiden Shen. Fair takes a shot and no good. And Medina with a big rebound and slows things down, and a foul's called on the floor as well. Aiden Shen gets called for the foul on the floor.
Yeah, that was a bit of a cheap one, especially early in the game. Normally an official would let something like that go. He took a little poke at the ball, but... And North, like Quincy, coming out in a man-to-man defense.
Medina with the ball back. Medina trying to drive in, looking to kick it back out. Sean Perry with the ball back up to the top of the key. Looking for McMurrow. McMurrow tips it away to Medina. 5 on the shot clock. And wow, nice fadeaway jumper there by Jan Medina.
Yeah, I'll tell you, if that young man gets going for the Presidents, watch out. Nice little impressive jumper there after running about 25 seconds off the shot clock.
Fader gets it down low to Tallarico, and Tallarico goes up for the and one. Nice strong move to the hole there by Giuseppe Tallarico.
Yeah, I was watching Giuseppe warming up. He's got a lot of bulk on him, and that was just a pure power move. He got walloped as he squared up to the hoop, but the most forgiving backboards in North America. Folks have heard me talk about that. And a nice job by Giuseppe of finishing the old-fashioned 3, John. We got a 3-2 start.
Foul's called on McMurrow for his first. Back up to top of the key for Panett, and no good. Tallarico with the rebound for the Raiders.
Yeah, a nice little tap play there by Arden Chen to get the ball to Giuseppe.
Chen now for the Raiders. Kicks it back up to Faherty. Faherty gets bumped, no call. Faherty kicks out. 3 there is good there by Eric DeLima. So 6-2 Raiders early on here in the first quarter. His defense down on the block there by Logan Lee. And ball on the floor. Nice recovery there, McMurrow. Long three there by Medina. No good. Fight for the rebound. I think I say it goes off the wire above the backboard. North Quincy ball.
Thus far, North's had a little more success offensively with the dribble penetration. Quincy's been moving the ball around the perimeter. They haven't had much luck yet. We're only 3 minutes into the game.
Back up top now to Logan Lee. He shoots the three, no good. And McMurrow with the rebound for the Presidents.
One of the things we should point out to our viewers here. Oh, great play. Terrific play by Eric DeLima. Block. Then he made a very heads-up play, so Red Raiders end up with the ball on the nice defensive stop.
North Quincy has won 9 of the last 10 meetings between the two teams.
See, this is what I'm talking about, John. The Red Raiders, they're penetrating well offensively and getting their shots after the penetration. Quincy here out on the perimeter.
Shot there, no good by Sean Perry. Fight for the rebound. Still loose on the floor. McMurrow dives for it and picks it back up. Kick out to Medina, and he saves it, but goes into the hands of North Quincy's Logan Lee. Lee gets over now to DeLima. Fahey was trying to go baseline, got blocked off. And three goes in and out there for Aiden Shen. And they'll say a jump ball. And possession hour favors the Presidents.
John, I was going to point out to our viewers, this is an early season matchup, and you can still see some of the football legs on some of these guys, and they haven't been playing much yet. They've had about 4 weeks of work over the holidays, so there's not a lot of fluidity in the offenses yet, but they'll work through that. We've seen that in the outcomes of some of the games. We'll talk about the early season records of both teams, but tonight we're seeing a little bit of that early season fog that they have to work through. Nice look down low.
DeLima for three in the corner, no good. And rebound by Tallarico, he can't get it. And they're going to say a foul's called on the floor.
Boy, I got to tell you something. Giuseppe Tallarico is a bull out there. Terrific job by Tallarico on the offensive boards.
Karsten Liu checked in the last timeout for the Presidents.
McMorrow with a nice clean rebound.
Sean Perry going baseline. Has to kick it out. Medina, he's open for three, and he drains it.
So right now we're looking at the Red Raiders 6 and Medina 5. He's got all 5 of the President's points.
Chen driving in and gets the floater.
Nice individual effort there.
Actually, that was Logan Lee on the drive there. Medina strong, take to the hoop, and he gets it to go. DeLima drives in, gets cut off. Kicks it back out now to Faherty. Oh, nice feed there by Faherty. And he's going to get pass it off to Tallarico, who got his shot blocked. And Quincy comes down quickly.
Yeah, Bikaj, Arbor Bikaj for the Presidents has done a nice job of helping McMorrow with the Tallarico matchup.
And Sean Perry, he takes a nice strong take to the hole and gets the 2 points. He gives Presidents the lead 9-8.
So Quincy's starting to penetrate a little more offensively, John, and we're seeing that on the offensive end. We're getting some results.
All right, Presidents come down with a rebound. Perry at the top of the key, kicks over to Lou. Down low for McMurrow, working against Tallarico. He gets double teamed by Eric DeLima, and a jump ball, Raiders possession.
Yeah, a terrific job on the double down by DeLima. Both teams are doing a good job of helping out down in the low post with their big men doubling. And that time, North, the nice tie up, and they get possession on the possession arrow.
Ten seconds to go here in the quarter. Tallarico shot might have gotten blocked, and nice job there by DeLima to save the ball. Throws it off a Quincy player. It'll be North Quincy ball, 6 seconds on the game clock.
Not sure how aware the players are of how much time's left. North's going to have enough time to set something up and get a good shot off. We'll see what happens.
Finn Gendron has just checked in for the Presidents. And a backcourt violation against North Quincy.
That was a bit of a mental error there. The ball can go into the backcourt on the inbounds, but it was touched before it did, so.
Jathan Panett gets a shot off at the buzzer, but it will not go. So a quick moving first quarter here at North Quincy High School, and the Presidents will have a 1 point lead after the first.
Yeah, nice little move by Matt Ramponi at the end there with the 6 seconds left. He took out McMorrow, who has a foul, just to make sure he didn't pick up any cheap foul, knowing that the inbounds play was going to be down low and McMorrow would be involved in the action. But so far, the Quincy big men, primarily McMorrow and Bikaj, have done an excellent job of compatibility down low. Malcolm McMorrow, you can tell, has been in that Quincy High weight room because he is really strong. He's not as big physically as Giuseppe Tallarico, but he is equally strong. So McMorrow's he's had a very large physical presence. Has not seen the ball down low, John. Most of the points, in fact, all of the points have come from Medina and Perry, a couple of guards. So on the other side of the ledger, it was a little more evenly spread for the Red Raiders. They got 3 points from Tallarico down low. Logan Lee with a nice dribble penetration, and then Eric DeLima with a 3. So balanced scoring. It's 9-8 Quincy High as we start the second quarter.
Presidents come back with their starting lineup. Sean Perry, he shoots the 3 off the front of the rim. Coming down with the rebound is Aiden Chen. DeLima can't get the 3 to go. Medina with the rebound.
Yeah, DeLima hurried that shot a little bit.
McMorrow comes up for the big rebound there. Keeps the ball alive for the Presidents.
Yeah, on a 30-second reset.
Bikaj working down low, and he gets it up and in. Nice move there by Ira Bikaj.
Nice soup by Bikaj. Showed nice poise inside the lane there and finished cleanly using the backboard. North has been ice cold from the perimeter, John. Quincy's doing an excellent job of sagging defense, meaning they're collapsing on the ball inside. And when they do, North's been kicking it out and get some open threes, but they've been ice cold to start. You get a foul on that rebound action.
Yeah, it was called on Malcolm McMurrow. That's his second.
Well,
so he's going to come out, and Christian Raphael comes in for the Presidents.
Not a good development for the Presidents. McMorrow's had though he hasn't really scored, he hasn't had much of an offensive presence. He's been huge down here in the defensive end.
Faraday loses his dribble, gets it off to Logan Lee. Chen gets it down low to Tallarico. He dribbles it off his foot. Quincy ball.
North right away was looking to exploit the McMorrow absence by getting the ball down low. Christian Raphael, only a sophomore, but a big guy. He's come in to take McMorrow's spot down low. He did a nice job defensively there.
Another three for the Presidents. In and out goes the ball for Jathan Panett. DeLima had a full head of steam coming down court, but had to hold things up. Chen drives in, kicks it back out. DeLima thought about the three. He comes into the paint. And off the glass, no good. Rebound by Tallarico. And a foul's going to be called on the floor.
Again, Tallarico on the boards. Really authoritative, and he actually created that foul. So nice job by Giuseppe.
Raphael gets called for his first personal, and errant throw there on the pass in. Austin Faraday caught it, but his foot was on the line, and the ref was right there to see it. President's ball. That's twice we've seen now the Raiders, have trying to go over the top to get the ball in, and it's resulted in 2 turnovers. Bikaj for 3, no good, and Raphael tipped it out, but it goes right into the hands of Faraday. Faraday gets his shot blocked by the Presidents, and they're going to quickly come down court. Perry trying to look over for Medina. And Medina's pass in there is taken away by Eric DeLima. DeLima comes down, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Well, Perry he made a nice decision. He tried to draw the charge, which was probably the right call when you have a big guy motoring down at you. But the official felt there was some late movement.
So DeLima at the line. Foul was called on Sean Perry, his second.
Getting to the line for DeLima might be helpful to him personally because he's had trouble shooting. Great rebound in traffic, but when Giuseppe puts the ball on the floor, he runs into trouble. He had a great rebound in traffic, and Quincy pressuring the ball creates a turnover and then takes a quick timeout.
Yeah, the head coach for the Presidents, Matt Ramponi, saw his players on the floor, and once they had possession, he called for a timeout, and referees gave it to him. So 4:39 left to go here in the second quarter, and Quincy on top now, 11-9.
Yeah, Quincy's only got 2 points this quarter. North's got 1. So the second quarter's been, we'll call it flat. I mentioned earlier about early season game. Players are still getting kind of their basketball muscles rolling. And what we've seen so far is a lack of fluidity was the term I used. There's motion on both ends of the floor, but it's not fluid motion. The first couple of possessions, Quincy came out, they had McMorrow set up in the high post and setting picks. There's been very little pick action here. It's been mostly guys dribble penetrating or passing around the perimeter. So we'll see what type of adjustments the coaches look to make as we come up final 4 minutes of the first half.
And Sean Perry with the ball for the Presidents. Jack Stewart has checked in for North Quincy for the first time here tonight. Perry's take to the hole, no good. Tallarico with the rebound.
Super rebound in traffic by Tallarico.
Offensive rebound by Tallarico, and he can't get the rebound to go.
Yeah, I don't know what the North shooting stats are, but they're very poor here in this first half.
Medina, strong take to the hole. Nice job there by Jan Medina.
Now, when I was talking about fluidity earlier, that was a beautifully fluid take to the hoop by Medina. He faked the handoff and just flowed to the basket. Great job.
Chen lost it, gets it back. Lee almost lost it, gets over to Eric DeLima. 12 on the shot clock. DeLima gets a switch. And nice job there by Eric DeLima to make that whole play work out.
Yeah, nice job, a nice finish by DeLima.
Pick and roll there to Raphael, and you're going to say a jump ball, and it'll be Raiders possession.
I got to tell you, that's a very basic play, not rocket science, and it worked beautifully. I'm not certain why we're not seeing more pick action, especially with a couple of the guys they have out on both teams have out on the floor. So that was a well-executed pick and roll, and did not result in a hoop, but it was a nice play nonetheless. You can tell DeLima's feeling it a little more. He's got a little more confidence here after hitting a couple of shots.
Across to Lou back in for the Presidents. 3-point shot there, no good by Sean Conroy. Three from the top of the key is good. Logan Lee. Gets North Quincy back on top, 14-13. Medina spin move
Nice
gets taken
steal.
away. And Faherty's going to lay it up and in.
Well, Faherty, who's been very frustrated this first half. Nice to see him get a hoop there.
Fight for the rebound and goes into the hands of Jack Stewart for North Quincy.
Great help by Tallarico on the dribble penetration. He got his hand on the ball.
Stewart, he's going to shoot the three off the back of the rim. Coming down with Sean Perry for the Presidents. Lou almost lost it, goes up, and he's go to the line to shoot two.
Well, I will return. We had talked about doing replays. I don't know if they have a replay here or not, but this was the type of play I'm talking about. Whatever the antonym for fluidity is, that last play was it. That would be the video next to it, because That was just a real choppy, rough play that concluded with Karsten Liu on the floor. He's at the line now shooting 2, and he missed the first shot.
Liu misses both. Yeah. Jack Stewart comes down with the rebound. Stewart loses dribble and is able to get it back out. Faherty, he's up and in for 3.
Yeah, I mentioned earlier, Faherty, he's had a rough time here in this first half, but he's been penetrating, trying to hit his shots while he's warming up now. Which is good for North Quincy and good for Mr. Faherty.
Liu going baseline, gets cut off there. Nice defense by North. And DeLima will come down with a rebound for the Raiders.
Yeah, North playing some terrific first half defense here.
Open for 3, but it's no good, was Logan Lee. 19 seconds to go here in the half. Medina.
Wow.
Medina had all the English he could put on that ball to get it around the rim and in.
Yeah, not to mention the English on the dribble penetration.
Last second shot there is no good. And as we were talking about the second quarter, not much happening. The last minute there, a lot did happen. North Quincy comes back to take the lead by 4, and they had an exciting basket at the end there by Jan Medina as well. So it's 19-15 with North Quincy on top of the Presidents at the half.
Yeah, a really balky second quarter. There wasn't much going on. We'll see now that the teams have this behind them. They're going to go in the locker room, settle down. Coaches are going to make some refinements. Let's hope for a little more action in the second half. 19-15 is very low-scoring stuff.
All right, real quick, we're going to take a couple of replays from the first half here. See here, a three-point shot there. That was good, made by Logan Lee.
Yeah, and you see the clock, 9:33. He started, he felt a lot better. And here's the first hoop by Faherty in the first half, and that helped him get into the flow. He followed that up with a 3 a little later.
Yeah, the steal was made there by Logan Lee as well. And then, as you said, Jim, the 3 there by Faherty at the end of the half. Oh, and here's the play by Jan Medina that we were talking about as well.
Yeah, great body control. Look at the spin on that ball. Yeah, I got to tell you, I talked about Medina coming into the game here, and in our lead up, and I talked about what we were hoping for and what we expected from him. Well, I see a bigger second half out of him, and that's going to be an interesting factor.
All right, well, we will take a quick break here at North Quincy High School. Again, the Raiders 19, the Presidents 15. We'll be back in just one moment. Please stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone, to North Quincy High School and the Walter Cap Ryan Gymnasium. We're at the half. The Raiders lead the Presidents by a score of 19-15. Real quick, some stats. Jan Medina leads all scorers with 11 points. Sean Perry has 2 points, and also Otto Bajak has 2 for the Presidents. Eric DeLima has 6. Austin Faherty has 5. Logan Lee with 5. And Giuseppe Talarico with 3 for North Quincy.
The official is shooing away Austin Faherty, who is getting right up on the inbounds pass. So a little aggression coming out of the locker room. We like to see that. And here we go. Quincy wasting no time opening up the Jan Medina show here in the second half. Quick dribble penetration with 10 seconds into the third quarter. And Jan's at the line looking for an old-fashioned three, and he buries it. So if I were in the Quincy locker room, this would have been one of the adjustments I would have made, which is getting Medina into the offensive flow.
And as we talked about that, Osen Faraday hits his second three-pointer here tonight as well.
Yeah, good for him. It'll be interesting to see if he can get rolling a little earlier here in this second half.
And a big block there by Tallarico will remain President's ball.
Yeah, Tallarico and McMorrow are really going at it with each other. They're really banging away. It's a very, very physical matchup. Nice job by Giuseppe to stay in that play and get the block.
Osen Faraday is averaging 16 points per game. Tallarico 15. And ball taken away there now by DeLima.
Yeah, another job by Tallarico.
DeLima for three. He drains it from the corner. North Quincy now quickly has a 25 to 18 point lead.
Yeah, it looks like both clubs are coming out of the locker room ready to rock and roll here.
And fight for the ball on the floor, and don't know if I saw an official call yet.
I don't know, one of the officials is talking to anyone who will listen to him. I'm not sure what that's about. He wasn't happy with the reaction to his call.
Fight for the rebound into McMurray's hands. He can't get it to go. And Tallarico, he gets it taken away from behind.
Yeah, Giuseppe should accept the fact he was not put on earth to dribble a basketball. He's doing everything else superbly. But anytime he's put the ball on the floor, it's been problematic. So the North fans behind us making a lot of noise off that jumper. They're trying to rattle the, both schools have a nice presence. You see there on the left of your screen, the Quincy High crowd. A lot of students in there packed behind their bench. Well, the North Quincy student section is under the hoop here that Quincy High is heading toward.
Fading for three again. He can't get that one to go. And going to the line to shoot two will be Jathan Panett. As he got fouled going to the hole.
Yeah, that was a foul on DeLima. That time, DeLima kind of swatted at the ball. You know, one of the things you talk to players about when they're getting into the block shot world and whatnot is trying not to break the plane. And what that means is trying to keep your hands straight up in the air and kind of force the player, the offensive player, to be, to miss the shot or adjust the shot. When you swat at it the way that Eric just did, you run the risk of a foul call, and that's what happened here. So this, you see there on the left of your screen, there's the shot I wanted to get. That's the North Quincy High student crowd. Terrific turnout here. The gym is packed, and notwithstanding that intimidating presence, a nice job at the foul line by Jathan Panay. Sorry, catching up on the last name. He went 1 for 2 there.
And presence with the ball. McMorrow had the offensive rebound on that miss. And ball was almost taken away by Faherty, but he was on the line. So it remained Quincy ball, and they reset the shot. No, they're going to go back to 12 seconds on the shot clock. Sean Conroy back in the game for the Presidents, and he comes in and hits the three right away.
Well, that's one way to come off the bench. Nice job by Conroy. And we got a nice ball game going here, John. Both teams slugging away at each other. It's 25-22 North.
Aiden Shen kicks it back over to Faherty, and nice defense there by Jan Medina. And Medina goes up, but it gets blocked there, at least partially, by Eric DeLima. And nice job down the other end by Malcolm McMurrow to break up that play. Remain North Quincy ball.
I don't think that Reason Faraday saw McMorrow back there. Thought he had an outlet. He threw a long pass full court. Oh, look at this take. Nice move by Fady. Super take to the hoop and finish.
He went up with his right hand, saw that was going to get blocked, somehow switched it and went up and under with his left hand to get to the go. Great job there by Faherty. 27-22 North.
Yeah, Faherty's been consistently penetrating tonight. That was his first really good finish there. And there's Medina.
Nice job using that Euro step to move around a player and gets it up and in for the Presidents.
Well, Jan has introduced fluidity, much needed fluidity into this game. So nicely done there, as you said.
No good. Panett with the rebound.
Yeah, North continues to be a little cold from the three-point line. Wow, there's some hustle by McMorrow. That's his trademark.
I would say he dove to try to have it go off the body of Logan Lee, and it just didn't go off. And Matt Ramponi, the coach of the Presidents, is saying, isn't that what just happened?
Yeah, his sophomore year, he was flying around like that.
All right, North Quincy ball, and head coach Kevin Barrett's going to call timeout with 3:27 left to go here in the third. And North with a 3-point lead.
Yeah, good timeout by North. Well, we're going to run a couple of replays here, just review some of what goes on. You're going to see the Faherty three-pointer from way downtown. And if he gets some rhythm or gets hot, you can tell that because he shows up ready to launch, but he's just been ice cold tonight. So now we've got a skip pass over to DeLima, who's been sticking them all night nicely. And we got one more replay, and then I want to chat about one of the senior members of the North Quincy High squad. In talking about the game, prior to the game, talking to the coaches, the coaching staff was talking about their seniors. You mentioned the Quincy High seniors coming into the game. North Quincy's got only 2 seniors on this club. One of them, Giuseppe Tallarico, has been out there and having a great time. Super game here. The other one is senior Liam Ford. Liam is an Alex Bregman type presence for North Quincy High. He hasn't been in yet tonight, but the coaches all talked about his terrific leadership and his influence on the kids. There's a lot of young players here in North. His influence in practice. He's had a great 4-year career. I'm very partial to any Montclair kids. I think Montclair basketball is probably some of the finest basketball around, other than Indiana, but that's a personal bias. But Liam Ford is a product of Montclair basketball, a product of North Quincy High here. We want to give him a shout out because he continues to really play a key role on North, even though he's not getting a lot of playing time.
Aiden Shen with a block there for North Quincy to try to start the fast break, and a foul gets called.
Yeah, I got to tell you, Tallarico continues to do great things defensively.
Foul's called on Medina. That's his first.
Neither team has got any momentum here, John. Normally basketball is a game of runs. where a team will put together a run, then the opposition will have their run. No one's had a run tonight, and it'll be interesting to see which club gets the first run going.
Faherty and gets his pocket picked there by Jan Medina.
Yeah, Faherty's trying to spin, but Medina's just too quick. That's, I think, the third pick he's got on the spin moves.
And delay there, shot no good by Medina. Giuseppe Tallarico with the rebound. And down the other end, DeLima can't get it to go. And foul will be called on Austin Faherty.
I don't know. I think they're going to get the body contact. Let's see.
I'm going to say it's on Logan Lee.
Yeah, they called it on Logan Lee.
That's his third, so Lee will come out of the game. And checking in is number 33 for North Quincy, Jack Stewart. And loose ball goes into the hands of Faherty. And he'll go up and in for the two.
Nice job by Faherty. He's got 7 points this quarter. You mentioned he's averaging 16, right?
Yes, 16.2.
Oh, nice pass. Very nice assist down low. A great dribble penetration by Panay, and then he dropped it off to Conroy for the finish. So, and an immediate timeout after that. Let's look to see if Matt Ramponi doesn't try to ramp up full court pressure here. It's 29-26. We have just under 2 minutes to go here in a fast-moving third quarter.
You see here as Medina was trying to get the ball down low and miscommunication, and Faherty picks it up and went coast to coast for the bucket for North Quincy to give them that 3-point lead, 29-26. Actually, it was a 5-point lead after that bucket, and coming down was Conroy to make it now 3. And again, she said a timeout called by the Presidents with 1:57 to go in the quarter.
Yeah, Ramponi got that timeout immediately after the hoop, so curious whether Quincy has only one team foul. They don't have any individuals. Well, Malcolm McMorrow's got 2, but that's not really foul trouble, especially if you're looking to create a little full court action. Well, no, I'm wrong. They're not going to do much. Well, I guess they are. They're going to come out with some man-to-man full court pressure, it appears.
All right, Faherty bringing up the ball now for North Quincy. He drives in and can't get it to go, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, if that's on McMorrow, that'll be a big foul from the Quincy perspective. And it is. So Malcolm McMorrow made the mistake I mentioned or talked about earlier down here that was made by his counterpart from North Quincy, DeLima. He kind of swatted at the ball. So he picks up a big third foul here, which becomes a difficult X factor for Coach Ramponi, who now has to make some decisions about how and when he has Malcolm in there. He doesn't want him to pick up a 4th. It could be crippling. Just after 5 fouls, you're out of the game. So.
All right, Faherty makes both, 31-26 North. McMorrow gets it down low. He kicks it out to Medina. North in a 2-3 zone. And Medina's shot no good, but right down low there for the Presidents is Sean Conroy, and he'll get fouled and go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, they got Giuseppe Tallarico for that one.
All right, so Sean Conroy going to the line to shoot 2 for the Presidents. He sticks to first.
You know, we haven't talked as much about these seniors, but Conroy's a senior, And there's a nice group of seniors here for Quincy High School, senior leadership. Actually, not a group. It's a pair. Some of them have been playing so long, I thought that a sophomore and a junior were seniors.
And fouls called on the floor, it looks like. Sean Perry called. Now that's his third foul. So now Perry and McMurrow each have 3 fouls. And officials are calling for a towel to dry off the floor.
Yeah, we should comment. I mean, this gym is in spectacular condition. It's an old gym. Quincy's got a newer gym, but it was completely renovated a few years back, and it's an absolutely beautiful facility. And I've always talked about it being visitor friendly. It's an easy gym to shoot the ball in.
Tallarico kicks it back out to Aiden Chen. They're going to reset. And offensive foul called against Aiden Chen as he went baseline. Thought he had 2 points, but it's a foul instead.
Yeah, he pushed off with his offhand right in front of the official. So he got caught on that one. That hoop comes off the board. And with under a minute to go, Quincy taking a 3 to tie it up, and they do.
Sean Conroy, a long 3, and as you said, tied now at 31.
Great job by Conroy. He's had a very nice third quarter here. He's got 8 points.
And Medina thought he had a block, and instead, again, it's going to be called a foul. Medina thought he had all ball on that one.
I don't know. He's pointing. He's saying that it's before the shot. That's an interesting call.
So on the floor, so that's Medina's second personal foul. .30 seconds to go here in the quarter. DeLima kicks it back out to Faherty. And 3-second violation called on Tallarico.
Yeah, Giuseppe had set up down low, anticipating a DeLima shot, and then kind of get caught down there when DeLima kicked it out.
So Presidents can hold out for the last shot of the quarter.
Yeah, game is tied at 31. We'll see. This would be the first lead the Presidents will have had.
Medina for 3 in the corner. Can't get it to go. Faherty with the rebound. Kicks it off to Chen, who shoots it up, and no good at the end of the quarter. We are tied at 31.
Well, a nice job by both teams coming out of the locker room. We talked about particularly the second quarter being a slow mover. Well, this third quarter, both teams put some points on the board, and there was a little more action. Go ahead, John. I think we're going to watch some replays.
Yeah, I believe we have a couple to show from the last part of the quarter here. And this is a 3 from the corner here by Sean Conroy.
We're looking at
All right, we're underway here for the fourth quarter. Again, tied at 31. Fahey driving in, off the glass and good. Nice take there by Fahey. 16 points now.
Yeah, nice job by DeLima and Fahey there, and resulted in Fahey heading to the hoop, and nice clean finish.
And Medina was trying to match down the other end, comes up short. Logan Lee with the ball, and he's going to get fouled from behind by Medina.
Yeah.
So Medina, that's his third.
Yeah, Jan has, we talked about, he's been fluid when he goes to the hoop, but he hasn't got any flow yet. He hasn't had a run like we've seen that he is capable of doing. And I mentioned in the third quarter there that neither team's really taken a run, and that continues here into the fourth. It's just been a game with 0 runs, and the low score reflects that fact. It's 33-31 Raiders. And when I talk a run, I mean like an 8-2 or a 10-0 or whatever. That's what basketball you typically see, that one team gets something going and then the other one responds. Well, today it's not so much been the defense stopping them either. Neither team's got going offensively the way they would wish.
Medina trying to get it down low. Christian Raphael, and ball's going to get blocked. Remain President's ball.
Yeah, well, a very determined Christian Raphael was triple teamed at one point. They did a nice job of collapsing on the pivot there, and North Quincy that is, and preventing a shot.
Sean Perry, nice downward pass to Raphael. He's going to get fouled by Tallarico.
Yeah, that was nicely done. I don't know if we can get a replay on that. Be nice to see one, but that was just a simple, well-executed, clean pick-and-roll play. And now Raphael, who's only a sophomore, is at the line shooting 2. I wonder if he called backboard before he let that one fly.
I think I saw he signaled that, Jim, yes.
Okay. So nicely done. There are some athletes who play in Quincy. There's the replay, sorry. There are some athletes who play in these Quincy gyms, North and Quincy, who do use the backboard for foul shots and others.
1 or 2 at the line for Raphael, so 33-32 for North Quincy, and Raphael gets a block shot down the other end.
Yeah, nice looking side by Fahey.
And that kicks it back out. Perry for 3, and can't get it to roll. And a huge rebound there by Raphael, and they're going to say a jump ball. Raphael just ripped that ball out of the hands of Tallarico.
I got to tell you, that young man, he's, as I said, he's only a sophomore, and he is just a bull. The thought of him, if he takes advantage of that Quincy High weight room, he's going to be something. Whoop.
It's a great pass by Panette to Sean Conroy, who just couldn't finish it off down low, but it's a great pass. Now North has it down the other end. Eric DeLima was looking for Tallarico, and Conroy comes in to knock it away.
Yeah, he's trying to force that into the low post there. It's difficult to make a pass into the low post like that from the top of the key because of the angles. It's easier to defend the pass, and that's what happened. McMorrow defended it. Or I'm sorry, it wasn't McMorrow. It was Conroy.
No good there by Tallarico, and Conroy comes down with the board. And a nice rebound there by Sean Conroy to put back the miss, and the Presidents take the lead.
He was unmolested going in. No one boxed him out. So Quincy has taken the lead here, John. I don't recall early on, but this is their first lead in quite some time, if they even had a lead. Great job by Tallarico. His first points of the second half.
And timeout called by the Presidents. 5:09 left to go here in the game.
Yeah, Coach Rampone's been very, I'm not going to say aggressive, but he's not shy about using his timeouts, which you like to see. Okay, we've got a replay here. I'm not sure if it's the pick and roll play or... Oh no, it's the play that just occurred, I beg your pardon. We saw Conroy just march down the lane and follow up with a nice clean finish. So here's Giuseppe Tallarico's answer. You can tell he's been shooting at these backboards for a couple of years now. Nicely done. So we have 5 minutes to go here in a game that has been not really back and forth. North's been ahead most of the way, but it's been, Quincy's never been out of the game. Neither team has been able to really exert control here, John. And we'll see as we get, into the final 4 or 5 minutes if one of these teams can step up and take over.
20 seconds on the shot clock for the Presidents.
Yeah, North made a little shift defensively. They're in a 2-3 now, which I don't know that Quincy recognized it.
Conroy was trying to get down low to Raphael. Gets taken away there by Aiden Shen.
Nice job by North. A little shift in the defense here. They've been man-to-man the whole night, and they went to a zone defense. This Faherty, he had a good look, couldn't finish. Let's see what they do here.
Yeah, nice look down low for McMurrow. He gets fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, that wasn't just a foul, that was a hard foul by Faherty. It's the type of thing you have to do when the ball's down low. This is one of the problems with being a big man. You get really walloped because it's the only way to stop the shot. So Faherty blasted McMorrow. If you watch here, McMorrow's going to get the ball, and Faherty really clocked him. He had De Palma join the mix too. McMorrow's had a quiet night offensively. That's actually his first point of the game, John.
All right, and it ties things up here again at the 4:20 mark. Chen driving in, up and under, can't get it to go. McMurrow with a rebound. Medina drops it off and up and in. Nice put back there by Sean Perry.
Yeah, nice job by Perry of finishing. He got the pass along the baseline and did a great job of getting himself established there. If you watch this replay, he's going to get the ball down low, establishes his body nicely, and nice clean finish. So Coach Barrett gets a timeout. We're under 4 minutes here, and Quincy's on a 4-0 run, so.
You can see on that last play there as well, Medina saw North Quincy was just a little slow getting back and getting set, and Perry took advantage of it, cutting down low and up for the 2 points there. So nice recognition by Medina to get that down low.
Yeah, I'm anticipating something from Jan. He has not scored in this fourth quarter, and he's just he's extremely capable. I have him for 16 points so far, and he's capable of going on his own little run. So North has done a nice job of defending him. They're going to have to continue to do so here. It's a matchup of the 11s. Aiden Chen's been a sophomore, has been covering Medina and done a great job. So Quincy comes out with pressure.
All right, starting five in for North Quincy. Conroy, Panett, McMurrow, Medina, and Raphael for the Presidents. Conroy goes for the steal, has to hustle back. DeLima hands it off to Faherty. DeLima now open for three, and he drains it. Eric DeLima. Big three-pointer there for North Quincy. Gives them a 1-point lead. 3.5 to go in the game.
That was a very well-executed offensive possession.
And come right back down was Medina. He can't get it to go. And McMurrow, 2 offensive rebounds, and will go to the line to shoot 2.
Yeah, Tallarico does not agree with the call. It's kind of a bang-bang situation, meaning they were battling for position, battling for the rebound, and just pure determination on the part of Malcolm McMorrow. This is another guy, we've seen him for a couple of years now. As I said, he's a senior leader here. Still having trouble connecting on his shots, but that has not stopped him at all. It hasn't slowed him down defensively, and he's been a monster on the boards. He misses both, however, and North holds on to a 1-point lead here. We approach the 3-minute mark.
DeLima hands it off to Faherty. He drives in Hessman's space and can't get it to go. McMurrow was there to disrupt that shot.
That time McMurrow was waiting for Faherty. That was an interesting situation.
Medina goes baseline, can't get it to go. Logan Lee came down with the board for North Quincy. He finds some space into the paint, and he can't get it to go either. And Sean Conroy comes down with the rebound and draws the foul. Looks like on Giuseppe Tallarico as well. If so, that would be his 4th.
Wow.
And it is.
I don't know what Tallarico did on that play. He had the ball and kind of got gang tackled. Just fighting to control the basketball, but it was right in front of the official, so there was something seen that I happen to miss, I guess. We'll leave it at that. And here comes Quincy, down by 1, 2:30 to go.
Sean Perry is checked back in for the Presidents. Raphael goes to the bench.
We got McMorrow out top, setting the high picks.
Panett for 3, and he hits it. Jathan Panett, a big 3-pointer, now 2-point lead for the Presidents.
Big 3-pointer.
Two minutes to go now here in the 4th quarter. North working around the top of the key. Chen for 3, no good. McMurrow with the rebound. McMurrow went to double digits with rebounds here tonight as well. Medina, stutter step, gets it up and in.
Great dribble penetration, but it's been helped out. Like essentially what Quincy has done offensively is they've made a little change. Ball in the hands of Yal Medina, and they've got Malcolm McMorrow out top setting picks. So they're going to their big guys. Here you see the setup. Medina out top setting crushing picks. And I'm sorry, McMorrow out top setting crushing picks. Medina taking advantage. And the result of that is when North collapses, here it is again, a variation on the same look. When North collapses, Quincy has successfully kicked it out for the three-pointer. That time, Medina finished with a dribble penetration. And this is what I've been kind of looking for from the Quincy High perspective, John. A little Yal Medina-led run. I couldn't say that very quickly. I had to reconsider my consonants there. But a Medina-led run down the stretch here. And sure enough, Quincy's opened up a 4-point lead.
All right, minute 30 to go now here in the fourth. Give it to Logan Lee to bring the ball up for North Quincy. And ball almost gets taken away. Goes back into the hands of Lee, who shoots the three, and he hits it. Logan Lee, a three-pointer.
Big three by Lee. Nice job by Faherty. Keeping things stable. So here we are at the 1-minute mark. Quincy High with the ball and a 1-point lead. Terrific end here.
Perry with the ball, kicks it back out. Perry back with the ball now, under 10 to go in the shot clock. Oh, great move there. Sean Perry, strong take to the hole. 3-point lead, and Kevin Barrett wants a timeout for North Quincy. And they call it with 30 seconds to go here in the fourth. Wow, what a take there by Perry.
Yeah, that was terrific leadership, too. At the end of a game, you want to see who wants the ball. A lot of kids are a little shaky at this point in the game, and they're a little shy about having the ball in their hands. Well, Perry got the ball, and terrific dribble penetration. He was very determined there, created his own layup, and finished strong. So just a great job there, the senior stepping up and getting it done. So Quincy's got a 44-41 lead, 30 seconds left on the clock, 28 left on the shot clock. So North's probably going to work the ball down, or work the clock down rather, try to create a three, but I would imagine they'd be looking to take a three-pointer with around 5 seconds left in case there's a miss. So Coach Barrett's diagramming what they're going to do out there. They need 3 points to tie the game, so it's going to be very interesting possession here, John.
North Quincy has 14 fouls. The Presidents only 1. Lee gets it down to Tallarico. Back to Lee.
We're at 15 seconds here.
Long three by Aiden Chen. He hits it. We're tied. 9 seconds to go here, and timeout called by the Presidents. 44-44. Aiden Chen, a huge basket to tie the game. Wow, what a play there. And as we'll see here on the basket by the sophomore.
Watch this. No hesitation whatsoever. He caught the ball, stepped and shot, and guess what, folks? His first hoop of the night. A game-tying three-pointer. Well, there's a lot of time left on the clock. North Quincy had shifted from man-to-man to a 2-3. And there's a possibility we might see that happen here because there's no question who's going to have the ball here at the end of the game. It's going to be Medina. I'm guessing that we're going to see Medina with Malcolm McMorrow up top. That's what has worked for Quincy rather in the final minutes here of this ball game. So.
All right, got 9 seconds. Shot clock is off.
So the Red Raiders are going to come out and pressure the ball. What that's going to do is cause time to run off the clock. It's going to be harder for the Presidents to get up the floor. It's going to take them more time. That's one of the reasons you do this. So they've got full court pressure. We're at 5 seconds.
Medina pull up three off the glass, no good. Fight for the rebound, and we are going to overtime.
Well, it's a couple of ball players who were not hesitant to shoot under pressure. Medina matched his counterpart down the other end. Two number 11s taking over here in the final 15 seconds. For North Quincy, Caden Chen, only a sophomore. And interestingly enough, I should say Aiden Chen, only a sophomore and his first points of the game. Beautifully done by him. And what a lesson for him, you know, about poise and execution at the end of a game. And at the other end, a guy we kind of had expectations for. You know, you knew it was going to be Medina at the end. He didn't hesitate. He was covered well. The full court pressure by North Quincy worked precisely as Coach Barrett hoped it would. Time ran off the clock. Medina felt a little rushed and took a long three. And here we go. We're going to see the three-point replay, I believe, earlier there.
Yeah, this is the
catch, step, bang. And that thing didn't come down until it hit the bottom of the net. So great job by the Red Raiders. Quincy High really did take over there at the end of the fourth quarter, John. We'll see if they can maintain their bit of control here in this 4-minute overtime.
All right, North controls the tip. And McMurrow tips the ball away. And nice job there by Malcolm McMurrow to get the steal and save the ball. Dina quickly drives in and can't get the off-balance shot. DeLima with the rebound.
Yeah, that time he was a little out of control, and he's grabbing his right hip. I hope he's okay. He went down hard.
Chen working against Medina. Logan Lee, he comes in and gets the roll, and Lee excited down there. He'll go to the line for a three-point play.
What a terrific take to the hoop. Great job by Logan Lee. And the timing is just terrific.
These teams last went to overtime in the February 2024 game. Quincy won that game 68-64.
Is that in this gym too?
That I don't know.
Okay.
I only have the score.
Score, understood.
And blocked there by Talarico. North slows things down. Almost taken away there on the tip there by Medina. DeLima, he hands it off to Faherty. Faherty kicks it back out. Lee for three, and no good. And again, McMurrow with the rebound. And Jan Medina quickly comes down and puts the 2 points up and in.
Yeah, nice smooth finish by Medina. Authoritative rebound by McMurrow. He got a quick outlet, and Medina down the court for a smooth finish. And Raiders have a 1-point lead here. Each team scoring one hoop.
Wow. Oh, nice pickoff there by Sean Perry, and he can't finish it. Loose ball and into the hands of DeLima. Tough break there for the Presidents. Could have taken the lead. They had two opportunities, but couldn't get it to go. Faherty can't get the roll, excuse me. And again, it's McMurrow with another big rebound for the Presidents. Medina up and in. Wow, tough bucket there by Jan Medina. Was
Great
underneath the hoop.
Sorry, great dribble penetration, John. Let me tell you.
All right, the Presidents take the lead back now as we come up on 1 minute to go in the overtime. Nice defense there, and a timeout called by Kevin Barrett. Eric DeLima was stuck. Great defense by Sean Conroy, one of the captains for the Presidents. And at the 55-second mark, North calls time.
We're going to take a little look. We've got some replays here of Jan Medina in action, and here's the first. It's a very simple crossover move. And when I was harping on fluidity early on in the game, that was a nice fluid move. And here it's more of a gritty take to the hoop, tough dribble penetration. And he was pressed all the way to the basket, but finished cleanly. So Medina has, he's done a great job in the overtime. He's taken over basically for the Presidents. And he's got 4 points, and Logan Lee has 3 in the overtime. And that's the difference right now. Quincy is up by 1. So they're up by 1, and I believe North's got the ball, right? That was a North timeout.
Yeah, North will have the ball with 17 seconds on the shot clock. And they'll take it in right in front of their own bench. Faherty takes it back up top now to Lee. He shoots the 3 and he drains it. Logan Lee. 2-point lead now for North Quincy. Jan Medina comes right back down the court and trying to fight for his own rebound. He does. And timeout called by Matt Ramponi.
So if you watch this, Logan Lee taking over in overtime. He's going to get the ball out top. And again, this is a no hesitation situation when he gets the ball. He just steps up and buries it. That's absolutely terrific stuff from a guy who's a freshman, John, Logan Lee. And he's taken over in the overtime here.
So 28.8 seconds left here in the overtime. Presidents will have the ball, and shot clock is off. Jim, the North Quincy fans to our left have been slowly making their way down out of the stands, closer to the barrier during this overtime period here.
Yeah, the shot clock and the game clock, 28.8. So essentially, Quincy can run the clock down if they wish. They have some options available.
All right, Perry with the ball for the Presidents. Medina shoots the 3, can't get it to go, and North Quincy with the rebound, Aiden Chen.
Nice job. Chen protected the ball well. 17 seconds left. It's not a penalty situation here. North's going to inbound the ball.
Yeah, that was only the 3rd team foul for the Presidents. And
I don't know what that call was.
Looked like they said a foul occurred before the ball was thrown in.
Oh, there was a foul off the ball?
Yeah.
All right, so what he's doing is Rampone's trying to get the boys into a one-on-one situation. They need to get North Quincy going to the foul line, and that's now going to happen. So good job by Matt Rampone here. In this situation, they need to get North to go and make foul shots. If North makes the foul shots, Quincy's going to have to tip their hats to them, but we'll see. They fouled, and they fouled the guy they wanted to foul. A sophomore who hasn't played much here, and he misses the first.
All right, so Jack Stewart at the line. 16.2 left to go. And Stewart misses both. Medina with the rebound and quickly calls time.
Well, so Coach Rampone did a good job there. These guys, his guys, they fouled at the right time, off the ball. They sent the guy they wanted to send to the foul line. And so now Quincy's got a shot at tying the game with a simple two-pointer. They do not need to hit a three-pointer. So we'll see what happens here. The only negative news here is this game is now delaying the start of the girls' game.
Yeah, we neglected to mention earlier, tonight is the first game of a doubleheader with the Quincy and North Quincy girls taking up the second game. That game was a scheduled 7 o'clock start, and we're already a little bit behind that.
Yeah, just in case any folks were thinking about watching the college football playoffs game tonight, I mean, we're here and we're going to be here for a while. So let's see what happens here. 15 seconds and a full court. Norse providing full court pressure again to run that clock down.
All right, Perry with the ball, bringing it up. Gets off to Conroy. 5 seconds to go. Medina gets a shot up and in, and he gets it to go. Tied at 50 and zeros on the clock.
We're going to a second overtime, folks.
So double overtime here at North Quincy High School. As we'll see here on the replay, as Jan Medina was able to tie the game. He gets set up here by Sean Conroy. And you can see around the rim and in with 2 seconds to go.
Yeah, nicely done. I got to tell you, clock management-wise, Quincy High did an absolutely terrific job of execution down the stretch here. They really did, a super job. So we're going to a second 4-minute overtime, John.
Now I'm going to pull up my trusty stats provided to me by Martin Dunham. And it looks like the last time these teams were in double overtime, Jim, you might remember, we were here. It was the playoff, or it was essentially a playoff game in 2005-2006, and North Quincy ended up winning that game 67-59. That was for the Atlantic Coast League Championship, so it was quite a game. All right, and we're underway here for overtime number 2. All right, Medina with the ball. Conroy with the ball. He's going to kick it back out. Perry, he's open for 3, and he hits it. Sean Perry with a big three-pointer. So the Presidents take the lead here. And whistle blows, and No, actually, the shot clock is not moving. The official just noticed that.
Oh, they didn't get it started, yeah. So,
All right, so one of the officials is going over to the scorer's table, and they're going to put 24 seconds on the shot clock. Tough break there. North Quincy trying to get a little bit of momentum, and they stop it, and momentum in the setting up their play, I should say.
you got to get out of here, Pell.
All right, back down the other end of the court. No good there. McMurrow with the rebound. Perry trying to get down low to Medina. He does. Medina up and in, and it's good. Jan Medina now with 26 points and gives the Presidents a 5-point lead.
Yeah, and I think he's feeling more comfortable again, John Medina. That's good for the Presidents, not so good for the Raiders.
And nice hustle there by Jathan Panett, and they're going to say it will remain North Quincy ball.
Unfortunately, we're having some issues with our view here because, as you mentioned, everyone's down here on the perimeter of the court, and the North staff is not doing much of a job of getting the kids out of here. So we're stuck. We'll do what we can. I'll have to use the screen. We'll both have to, I guess. Oh, you have a better view.
I'm
Yeah.
okay for right now.
Okay.
All right, DeLima with the ball for North. 15 on the shot clock. They clear out the lane for DeLima, essentially. And Raphael with the rebound for the Presidents.
Yeah, right now, from the North Quincy perspective, they've got one guy, Logan Lee, who's been taking shots here in the overtimes, and they need to get someone else into the mix.
Oh, yeah, Medina saw a hole, can't get it. Raphael puts it up and in.
Wow. What a follow-up there by the sophomore.
Largest lead of the night now for Quincy, 7 points, 57-50.
Yeah, and folks, this is what I'm talking about when I talk to run. This is 7-0 run by Quincy High School.
Long three by Aiden Shen, no good. Loose ball, and the Presidents come up with it.
We've got it was a wet floor situation.
Aiden Shen is down.
Yeah, and he's holding his right knee. This doesn't look good. They're going to stop play for a couple of minutes here. We'll have to see. Is there a trainer out there? There is a trainer with him. That's good.
It looked like when Jan Medina went for the rebound, he went into the leg of Aiden Shen. You can see here Medina has the ball. He actually slips here as well, you can see.
Yeah.
And unfortunately just goes right into the leg there, the right knee.
I thought
Aiden Shen.
Medina was the one. Oh, did they bang knees?
No, so Medina slipped, and his body went into the leg of Chen.
Can they run it back? Yeah, good. They're going to run it back here. Thank you, folks. Let's see what exactly happened.
So Medina here gets the rebound.
Yeah, hopefully if it's a knee bang. Now there, he loses his footing right there. And
You can see right.
it's the right knee. Oh, yeah, it kind of really got twisted up. So, and he's in a lot of pain. Yeah, so this does not look good. That's an unfortunate situation. You think so?
All right, well, hopefully Aiden Shen is okay. He obviously will come out. You can see the athletic director, Kevin Mahoney, on the floor there trying to wipe up the wet spots. All right, so it'll be President's ball. A minute 30 to go now here in the second overtime.
Yeah, this possession's going to be about running the clock down. He'll run this all the way down to about a minute.
Medina with the ball, 10 on the shot clock. Pull-up jumper there by Medina, no good. Fight for the rebound. And they're going to say it's President's ball. I thought Christian Raphael might have tipped it, but they're going to say it goes off of North Quincy. All right, North is going to foul to try to stop the clock.
Larry.
Foul is called on Jack Stewart. Ryan Perry at the line.
Now, sometimes at the end of the game, things can come down to foul shooting. That's not necessarily the case when you're at 7 points. If North's at the foul line, they absolutely have to make their foul shots. But Quincy's got a 7-point lead with a minute to go. This is the largest lead in this game so far for either team. This was like a mini run that Quincy went on at a key point. It's now at 8. Ramponi backs the entire defense off. They're going to play tough half-court D. Nice penetration by Faherty.
And Raphael
Misses the
comes down
layup.
with a rebound.
And jump ball. So with 52 seconds left, it's looking a little tough for the Raiders. They turn over a three-point shot on the inbound and stick it. So that's a nice job. They ran an inbound play, created a three-point shot right off the inbound. Nicely done by the Raiders. And so they are...
So we'll see here the shot by Faherty to get it. As you said, they run a nice play there off the inbounds.
It's a catch and shoot. Well done. And Quincy did exactly what they should have done defensively. They went out and challenged the shot, but did so from, an arm's length plus away from the shooter. There was no issue or concern about a foul. So.
All right, so clock is at 47.5 seconds, 5-point lead for the Presidents. Each team has 5 fouls, so they're in the bonus.
Yeah, Ramponi masterfully managed that. They got two fouls to get up to 5 when they needed it. And North Quincy is now in the foul as well, which they're going to need. And nice job by Faherty to foul right away. No time left the clock. So I was talking earlier about the lack of importance of hitting foul shots. Well, now for both teams, it's going to be very important. The lead's close enough that, a 5-point lead is 2-point possessions. So.
All right, so Sean Perry at the line to shoot 2, and he makes the first.
Yeah, he had earlier been at the line and had some issues, so it's good from the Quincy perspective to see him step up to the line like this and confidently stroke the ball. He missed the second, but
Faherty again for 3, and he hits it.
Big 3 by Faherty. He's got 2 and another quick foul. So now the lead's at 3. A 7-point lead is now down to 3. And there's 36 seconds left. So essentially what we're talking about, it's a 1-possession game with a lot of time on the clock.
And Perry again at the line.
Quincy doing a good job of getting the ball. You can tell he's got a nice fluid stroke. So that's who they want taking the foul shots at the end here. And he sticks 2 this time. So the lead's back at 5.
Tallarico with an easy 2. He puts it up and in. Clock still running. And now Medina will get fouled with 24.6 to go.
Yeah, a nice job by Quincy High there. They've got Medina, they've got Perry, and then the other guy I saw down there, let's see, was Sean Conroy. All good foul shooters.
All right, Medina misses the first.
He misses the first, but if he makes this, it's going to be a tough road for the for the Raiders. He sticks 1. That should be, well, it's better than none. So
Beatty drives in, and he gets an easy 2 points there. And Kevin Barrett quickly calls a timeout. 17 seconds exactly to go. 2-point lead.
all right, so now North's going to have to pressure the inbound. They can't keep going with a foul shoot. They're going to pressure the inbound, and I'm guessing that's what Coach Barrett wanted to do. He wanted to set up a pressure situation on the inbound pass. And he's going to review with his players who they would prefer to foul. Sometimes what you do is you just leave the preferred player open so that's the option that the team chooses to go to. So North may double down on a couple of guys like a Medina or a Perry and leave one guy open. I don't know who that choice would be here, but it's 62-60. You know, the game was what? It was, we were in the 30s at the end of the third quarter. This was not a high-scoring game. It's now a respectable scoring game, but that's after our second overtime. So we'll have to see what happens here.
All right, Presidents. Again, Yamadina will pass it in. Eric DeLima right in front of him. And ball gets knocked away.
What are you doing?
And it remains President's ball.
Sorry, I missed whatever happened.
Medina looking, gets it over the top, and he's looking for McMorrow, can't get it to him. Fady now with the ball. 10 seconds to go in overtime. Lee in for 2, off the rim and no good. Fight for the rebound. And Medina,
what a smart play.
Medina just threw the ball down the other end of the court, and time expires, and the Presidents win.
A very, very smart play by Medina. Great stuff. So what a ball game, John. It was kind of a little, not a snoozer, but I'll call it, you know, I use the term fluid. It was a balky back and forth type game. There wasn't a lot of flow to it. But at the end, in the double overtime, some terrific stuff went on. Both teams really went at each other. And Yal Medina showed some terrific leadership at the end. And that was a really smart play. Catch the rebound and just fire it out of there. So, terrific ending to this crosstown rivalry.
What a game. Double overtime, 62-60. Yal Medina finishes with 27 points for the Presidents to lead all scorers. Sean Perry had 13. Sean Conroy had 12 to lead the Presidents. For North Quincy, leading the way was Osen Faraday. He had 24 points. Logan Lee had 14. Eric DeLima had 12. And Giuseppe Tallarico had 7 for North Quincy for the leading scorers. So a great game. As we said, Jim, it was a little bit rough getting going here between the two teams, but things really started to pick up. And, of course, with the double overtime, a fantastic finish here at North Quincy High School's Walter Cap Bryan Gymnasium to see this team. We don't see overtime too often between these two teams, but it was a great game and a great finish for those two teams.
Yeah, it was nice to see, some of the cobwebs lifted. I'm sure that when we see the game down at Quincy High, it's going to be more like these overtimes were, but it's going to be a very disappointing and tough loss for the Red Raiders. Going to be hard to swallow, but the fact of the matter is both teams took good shots at each other, and they're evenly matched, so it was a good ball game.
All right, real quick, want to thank all of our crew to help make this game possible. On camera, we have John McLaughlin, Tim Myers, and Eric Velitos. On replay, Brian Cox. On graphics, Frank Hart. On audio, Michael Merrick. Our engineer was Chris Potter, and our director, Peter Doherty. So again, final score here between the boys of the Quincy Presidents and North Quincy Raiders. Quincy come out with a double overtime victory, 62-60. For Jim Timmons, my name is Jonathan Caleri. Thanks for tuning in to this edition of QATV Sports. Please stay tuned for the girls' game between North Quincy and Quincy in just a little bit.